Hello, hello, hello. How is everybody? It is Monday night and it's time for the Monday Night Draw Stream. Unfortunately, at the moment, there's only moi, little old me. Oh, well. Well, I don't know whether you're here, Carrie, but hi. Thanks for leaving a message in the chat and hitting the like. Great that you were able to stop by before we started. But like you said, it's it's 1 a.m. in jolly old England there. Well, I don't know. Well, you're in England. I'm not sure where you are there. But yeah, thanks for that. And hey, Tim, I will be sure to tell him if he drops by. And I'm not sure whether you're here, Aqua, but hello. Anyways, let's see. Yeah, nobody's around yet. So, I guess what we shall do is just continue on with some artwork, eh, mon amis? So what we have here, what I've been working on the last few Monday Night Draws is putting this shield piece together because, of course, I have a few different shields. We have in this picture thus far the one, the only, the courageous Canadian shield, and then we got the next shield that will make probably the next shield that will make an appearance in Cross Comics is the American Shield. Unless of course I do one because I was trying to start a story with him before. Um, the Japanese Shield, but he's not even on this yet. And of course, we have next to the American Shield, we have Hawaiian Shield because the American Shield, although Hawaii is part of it, he can't just easily get to Hawaii. So Hawaii has their own shield that just does a lot of hopping around. Hey Jr., how are you? Hail Princess Xena, may she bear many sons for her spirit mate. And do you hope you're her spirit mate? No, since Xena is not real. And then, of course, we got Mexican Shield and Jamaican Shield. And I think you can read Timothy's message there, JR, that up there is a digital tier for Melvin 1 and 2 over on his Fun My Comics thing. And if you need the link to that, I can put it in for you, and I will do that right now. In fact, I will put the link to. There we go. And that hopefully comes out as a link for you to click. Oh, and let me, you know what? I need to share this out. I was just going to ask for the link. Well, it's good that I'm thinking ahead, right? Hopefully soon we will have Chris or Mighty Geek here or somebody for the Monday Night Draw stream. We're just sharing it out at the moment, the link. So, Hey, Mike, thanks for doing that. Okay, so, yeah, I want to go into here. And there we go. Now we've shared it in like 3 places, so I think we're good. Um, so let's see. There we go. There we go. And how are you tonight, Mike? Are you you're probably getting ready for your thing? Um, I believe we have 4 more shields to put in here. We have the Peruvian shield, the Peruvian shield at. So Peru's getting 2 for some reason. I don't know why. Canada will eventually have. She won't be a shield, but Major Canada. Um, and then, of course, we got the Japanese shield, which I spoke about. And, of course, one other, and that would be. Oh, oh, the Brazilian shield. Which I created him when I went to Brazil on a missions trip. And I actually had a contest on my channel about making your own Brazilian superhero. A lot of people participated. I forget who won off the uh, top of my head. Oh, can the Prussian shield who lives in exile and be in the picture? I'm not even sure who that is. The Prussian shield. Uh, is there a country for Prussia or uh, the Prussian shield has lived in Ohio since the end of the Great War, when his father was advocated as the Prussian shield, and his son has been living there since. Is this something that you're just making up right now, JR? The Kingdom of Prussia was the kingdom that went on to form the Empire of Germany. So this would be more the Germanic shield, if you will, or maybe. Well, unless I create that fictional land in my comics, I don't think we're gonna try and have our shields all from countries that actually exist. Maybe it's lore that has been in my family for generations and told to me by my grandpa. Yes, most people don't know the largest ethnic group in North America in rural areas are Germans. Um, yeah, I had heard when just before they decided to make English the official language or whatever in thing that they had done some sort of in the I think it was in the U.S. They had done some sort of survey and there was a lot of Germans there, but and I forget what reason they decided to make English and not German the main language. Where is the superior American shield and his superior Mexican shield? Well, we have right here next to the Canadian shield, the American shield, and then my Hawaiian shield, which I think you made. Hey, Tim. Well, that shield was made in a sweatshop, and then you can't really see him here. We got our Mexican shield on the other side of Canadian shield, And I put those three together just because North America. Hello,
Hello?
hey John, how are
Who
you?
is this?
It's me, Rick. Or is there somebody
Oh,
else in
hey,
it?
Rick, what's up?
Not much. Yourself?
Not that I want to know where the Mexican shield is.
Right here. He's got the bird beak. I tried to design the shields after the flags, as you and there's a bird on the Mexican flag, so I figured I'd do that as part of let's
Oh,
see,
yeah?
as part of his costume. Trying to incorporate pieces of the flag into his costume. His belt is something that's underneath. Have you? You've probably seen that shield before,
Oh,
the
yes, I
flag
know
before.
it. I know it intimately, yes. It's an eagle eating a serpent
Yeah,
on top of a cactus growing out of a rock in the middle of a lake.
it's a lake. Okay. Uh, Flag. Let's see. Images. I had this up a few weeks ago, but oh, I guess it is it. That's supposed to be a lake. I didn't realize it was supposed to be a lake with whatever that raft, or is that a piece of land?
It's a rock growing. It's a rock protruding from a lake with a cactus growing out of it, and that's where they were told to by their gods to start building their empire, which is where they started building Mexico City.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess the rock with the lake is what I've made into the belt. Because I did not know that about it. Let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up after you said about that. Jr. says, and after World War II, Prussia was destroyed and given to Poland, and millions of Prussians went into exile in America. So the Prussian shield would totally be living in the American Midwest. Timothy's that shield was made in a sweatshop. Jr. Timothy also says, Jr. Feel free to check it out. Jr. says, or all their superiors, the spear that identifies as the shield, as a shield. And Jr. says, done and
What?
done. I'm not sure what he means. All of their
I'm not sure
superior.
what you're saying. You must be reading it very crazy. Let me go and read it myself.
Okay, done and done. Checked your totals. It's Dillard. Awesome. How's the Yellow Flash project? Asked Timothy. Going.
That's going great. The artwork looks amazing, but I can't show you any of it until I get to some portions where I'm not showing the main character.
So Timothy's at 11 backers and $218 on GoFundMe with 57 days to go and 44%. So good going. The reason it didn't go up with um, yeah, JR backing again is because he's the same backer. So they don't add a backer when somebody backs twice at two different times. Uh, he says fair enough to that. JR says that sounds like Mexican candy skull tattoo. And Timothy says, I actually can't wait to see that project. Dillard is gonna make the bank on that. And Timothy says, silly Canadian. So, is there anything that you're drawing that you can show, or?
Why?
Well, it's a draw stream, you know, trying to show what people are drawing.
But you're not drawing. How come I have to draw?
I was about to start, or I had started. Uh, I'm also running the show. Also, here is layout, or the thumbnails for Snowdrift 2, page 6, guys. John did this earlier today, and I'm not sure how far he's done it at this point, if he's done more yet or not.
Oh yeah, that bottom drawing is already finished. I started at the bottom.
Oh, it's already finished? Oh, wow. Did
Yep.
you send it to Drive yet or not?
But no, no, absolutely not. I'm gonna wait till I finish the other panels as well.
Oh, you just finished the bottom panel. Okay. I was thinking.
That's what I said.
For some reason,
What the heck are you talking about?
for some reason, when you said it, it translated into my mind that you had finished the whole thing. Metal
Certainly.
says I'm alive. Oh, good. Well, feel free to come on if you want. Makes sense. His cash total might have gone out. Yeah, it went up for sure, Jr. From what it was, it went up $10. Certainly the buckler stuff. Yeah, draw or get out, says Jr. Blow it up so we can see Rick. I'm alive there. I've been awake for an hour or less. Laugh out loud, Rick. Get your mind in the game. Laugh out loud. So here we have chunks of ice going everywhere from the shield. I'm not sure, the ice wall that Snowdrift just made, and Sunset blew to bits. And people are running, trying not to get run over or hit by it. And then we got Snowdrift creating.
What I actually have there going across the center of that top image is a blast from Snowdrift redirecting some rubble from not hitting that person.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Definitely. Okay, it's a rough. Yes, it is. Then we have Snowdrift creating an ice shield in front of her as not to get hit, and then we see her sending out a snow blast towards, or ice blast towards Sunset, but Sunset's not there. Sunset's behind her. Dun 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 dun. And hello, Joshua. When are you going to fix the gross green background? I don't know.
I was gonna ask you the same question.
Yeah. Green's my favorite color.
Allah, Allah, Allah.
And there, I did actually start drawing. I got part of it in, and then I got.
Oh, I've been drawing this whole time. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but not so people can see.
What do you want? Do you want your page done, or do you want to entertain these fans?
Both.
I'm sorry, I forgot that that was an option that I gave you.
Okay. Okay, well, people can at least see your red screen.
Yeah, there you go.
To hopefully some of my other people come in that are not supposed to be here on a Monday night.
Yeah, you were telling me that your show is super popular, and I'm not seeing that as being the case. What happened?
I said this one was super popular. I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, you were like, hey John, you should come over to my show. I got like hundreds of people that watch me live.
Yeah. I can't wait till that happens.
I was like, for sure, dog, I'll be there.
I don't think that's happened yet on my show. Uh, let's see. She does have a special move called the Cold Shoulder. Jr. What is a snow blast? Snow blast, ice blast is like snow or ice sent in a blast type fashion from somebody. Metal Diller draws even when he sleeps. Laugh out loud, says Timothy. Metal says, one, I'm actually drawing, but A, it's confidential, and B, I still don't have my art station set up for recording streaming yet. Sorry to hear that. Uh, Timothy says, damn it, Rick! He is not a machine! We know that. And then he says, High Noon is the best one. And JR said, I joined the panel, but I could only assemble puzzle pieces instead of drawing. Yeah. Timothy says, no, Rick, does she have a move called the Cold Shoulder? No. This isn't like anime where they name all their moves.
What is it like?
I don't know. A normal comic? Superhero comic? They don't name their moves in,
Oh.
last time I knew, anyways. But Roborook is more machine than man. Says Metal.
Oh man.
Well, yeah.
Hearing nothing.
Oh, hey, Chris. I hear Chris.
I'm sure you do.
Oh, I hear Mighty Geek, too.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Oh, I got sound. Yes, I didn't have sound.
Clip
All right,
Studio.
hang on. I'm late, you know.
No, I would have never guessed.
Yeah, we had guests, and they wouldn't leave, and I couldn't be rude. Well, I could have been, but it would have been rude to be rude.
It would have been rude to be rude. Jeez, go
Yes,
figure.
sir.
I would have never guessed it would have been rude to be rude.
I am Mr. Obvious sometimes. Good evening, Terry. Hello, Dillard.
Hello.
Okay. I think
Who is
Terry.
this?
I think Terry's thing is frozen because we're just seeing his face really up close and a little too personal.
Oh, wow. Everything's working good for once, it seems. Let's see. Let's work this over here. See how this goes.
There we go. That's better, Terry. Yes, if you've seen Robo Rick in the page 5 story, consider. So Timothy J.R. says, considering why it would, why you not take pointers from millions selling anime, a manga instead of a 30,000 unit comic selling American. Yeah, I guess there's that. Rick's hearing voices, says Timothy.
Creature of habit. Being the creature of habit that you are.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Something you said just triggered my Siri.
What? Creature of habit?
All right. Any theme for tonight?
No, you could draw
Not really.
You could draw Melvin on Tim's behalf. seeing as how he launched on Saturday, and
On
he's
Tim's what?
behalf.
Oh, oh.
Christopher, get your mind out of the gutter.
I was being gross.
I know, that's why I said get your mind out of the gutter.
So is Tim in the chat? Because I am in Discord, of course.
Yeah, he is in the chat.
Cool. I believe we've backed the book,
Hopefully.
if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, my wife said we did it. I'm very limited as to what I'm allowed to spend because
Yeah.
I'm a...
He's almost
I
at the.
am...
He's almost at the
Has-
halfway mark.
Very nice. What has it been, 3 days?
Yeah, he's. It says 50,
Oh, Diana.
57 days to go.
What's up, babe?
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Then,
Dana.
How are you?
Who that?
Good. That is
That's Diana.
Chris's wife, Diana.
So she's not single.
No.
No.
Right not.
She's not what?
Single.
No, I'm not single. But hello, who are you? Let's see.
If I'm
Sorry,
not
Rick, I
mistaken-
tried.
Well, if I
That's
remember
Dillard. We actually
correctly,
own
John,
books
I'm
from him.
That's Dillard. I'm sorry. I am coming in. We had friends over, had a fire, a glass of wine. Now I'm gonna go.
Oh, I hope no damage from that fire.
No. We had like a little a
She
fire.
intended it.
But yeah, it was an intended fire, and then the rain came, and so we had to call it a night. But anyways, guys, draw happy. I'll
You
check
know
in
how
with-
those how those controlled
Yeah.
burns go in Canada. They don't go too well.
true.
Oh, that's
Here
the
in
problem. They
America-
don't do controlled burns.
Actually, yeah, one would say those are out of control, right?
Yeah. Okay. So,
If I
It's like
remember
the rock
correctly,
scene. Out of
if I
control.
remember correctly, John, aren't you still married?
You know, I'm going to see Extreme this weekend, right?
Oh, you are?
that seems a bit extreme.
Nobody knows that band.
No. Dillard tried
Oh
to
my
be
goodness.
Rick's wingman. Timothy said hi to Diana. Metal
Hi to
says the
Diana.
words is hearing has the sounds for Siri in it. That's probably what it did. Did it? Said Metal.
Well, Apple listens to me really carefully because they know I spend money. They might hear something they can advertise. Google's in it too, I'm sure.
JR said, so you think being late isn't rude? What house did you grow up in? JR has a great point. About the whatchamacallit, the manga thing. That was metal. But it's hip
Yeah.
to be square, says Timothy. Don't you dare touch me, Chris, says Timothy. Grabs a baseball bat, says Timothy. Yes, I know, and thank you. And Aqua's here and says, Tim. Well, hello, Aqua. So anybody have anything that they want to talk about? Anything interesting?
Aliens, man.
Yeah,
aliens.
Pee Wee Herman died.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
I saw something about Pee Wee
I saw
Herman.
that.
I didn't
I
really.
saw that on my Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that you wanted me to talk about something. Go ahead, Rick.
It was
No,
it was
you-
broadcast on the news here. I really didn't know
Just
Pee
shut 'em
Wee
down
Herman
there,
was from
Dillard.
Chicago.
Well,
Uh,
I'm just making a comment based on what you said. Isn't that what we do in having a
I got a
conversation?
story. I got a story I gotta tell you, Rick. I got a story that I have to tell you.
Okay.
Well, I got a story to tell you.
And you might have heard this story already. I don't know if you might have heard this story already, but let me tell you this story.
Is it
How
about a
does
man
that
named
saying
Jed?
go? Have I got a story?
It could be. But I gotta tell you, I was going through some severe depression. Let me tell you why. I had an incident here in the shed
Yeah.
You know my door to my shed over there. It has a pretty big gap on the bottom, almost like a half an inch, right?
Okay.
So occasionally, I gotta dust all the time because all the dirt comes in. But occasionally, some little critters will skitter in, and I can normally I can just shoo them away. But this one was a little tiny lizard, a little adorable little tiny lizard, from the tip of his nose to the end of his tail, like no longer than my pinky finger.
Okay.
Adorable little lizard, right? Big
Adorable.
eyes. And I thought to myself, well, this is great. I'm gonna snatch this lizard up. And I saw down the street they were having a yard sale. They were selling one of those old,
Mm.
aquariums, like old and beat up. I could probably get it for
Yeah.
like $5, right?
Right.
And I'll give it to my daughter, and she could see if she could raise a lizard. She's been asking about pets and things like that, and
Uh,
it'll be a good learning opportunity because more than likely it will die, but whatever. Um,
what?
so I'm like, okay, let me see if I can gather up this little lizard and put it in a jar or something, and then go get the stuff. So I go over
Yeah.
and I go to grab the little lizard, and he's little, so he's not very like wary of
Fast?
people yet. No, he's not even that fast. He's pretty slow. But as I almost grab him, he does a little skitter and a jump up the wall. So I kind of move my hand a little quickly and catch it right
Yeah.
against the wall. Trying really really hard to be as gentle as it's a little tiny thing, right?
Yeah. You don't want to kill it and trying to capture it.
Right, and I capture it, and that's exactly what I did.
You killed
You
it.
killed it.
Yeah, his tripas,
Yeah.
his guts were like hanging out the side of his stomach and coming out of his butt, like I squished
Oh.
it. And it was so little, right? Like if you would have dropped like a lighter on it, it would have died. It was little.
Mhm.
And dude, that hit me so hard.
Oh my God, I can relate, Dillard. I can relate, brother.
Yeah.
You know
And
why? You know why
I've
it
been
hit you so
sitting
hard?
here because
You
to
know
me,
why
the
it
most
hit you so
important thing in the
hard?
world is myself. And I've been sitting here trying to figure out why it made me feel so bad.
Okay.
You,
Have
you
you-
feel so bad because you thought it was
I think
cute
I have
to
come to
begin
a
with.
conclusion.
Okay. And what
You thought it
conclusion
was
did you
cute to
come to?
begin with.
The conclusion is I'm not as good as I used to be at doing things. Because that's always been my forte is I've always not only have because I've always been a big guy, right?
Yeah.
So my dad always taught me,
Right.
you're a boy, you have to be careful. You're a big boy, you're a bull in a china shop, you're a baby Huey, you have to be light on your feet, you have to float in
Yeah.
the room, right? You don't bump into people, be careful of your surroundings, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and I've been very good, especially because I'm an artist. I'm very, very dexterous with my hands and my fingers.
Mhm.
I can, my fine motor skills are very good. And like when my daughter was born, my wife was too scared to cut her fingernails and her toenails. You know what I mean? Like that
Yeah.
was my job because I'm very good at it and I can do small things. I paint miniatures and I do, I'm very good at small little tiny things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just massacred this baby lizard. And I think it's because, and like a whole bunch of stuff started running through my head, right? Like, because I'm a diabetic too, right? And like, am I losing sensation in my hands? Is that what's going on? I started getting scared, right? What is happening to me that's making me feel so depressed? Like, is something happening? Am I getting like neuropathy? Is the injuries that I have in my neck and my back that giving me my sciatica and the numbness in my legs, is that also traveling to my hands? Am I going to be able to work in the future? Are my hands going to go? Am I not going to be able to draw? Right? Like all these things are flooding into my head. And I'm like, damn it, I don't know what to do. And I think it's because I am losing a step. I don't think that I'm as good as I once was.
So you're getting old.
Yeah, and I think that was kind of like the realization that was really hurting me.
Ugh.
Hey, John,
What do you think?
my excuse was a little better.
I thought I could relate, but your experience was totally different than the one I had. When I was 18, there was a little lizard in Florida, and it got in our apartment, and I tried to catch it with a cup, which I successfully did. Its tail got chopped off, and I thought I had committed like a terrible atrocity. I thought I had amputated a precious limb from this creature. So I proceeded to gas it with bug spray until it died. I thought I was doing a mercy killing. And I had a similar, I was also very upset. I cried over it. Like, I called my mother who was at work. I'm 18 years old, and I'm sobbing. I'm like, oh my God, I had to kill this lizard. I amputated its tail. And she, holding laughter back, told me that that's actually common. The tails fall off. It's self-defense.
Yeah.
So I felt horrible because that poor lizard
Lost the tail.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was a totally different experience than yours. Yours is deep. Mine was just like freaking out because I thought I did kill a thing. I just thought I maimed it first.
Yeah, you thought you did irreparable
I don't think
damage.
you're losing a step artistically, but I don't know. I haven't seen everything you've ever done, but everything I see you doing looks fantastic.
Hey, Captain Infinity and Mike, who's on with me? I have John Dillard, Chris, and Mighty Geek Studios. Yeah, I don't think you're losing a step. You probably just misjudged how fragile the.
Yeah.
But isn't that losing? Because that's the thing, right? I don't.
No, the thing,
I
the
don't
other,
misjudge
the other part
when it
is,
comes to my body and my
Hey, John.
physicality. That's me.
hey John, the
missing a
other
step
part
if
is
I
you also thought,
misjudge.
Oh, well, okay.
you also thought the thing was so adorable
You know what
that
I mean?
it captured your heart.
Yeah. But
Like I was walking, I
That was
was
the other
terrified,
thing.
right? The first time this happened to me, because I have like a lot of back injuries, like so I have like herniated discs and stuff like that,
yeah.
and I have a lot of
Mhm.
pressure on my nerves. So like my left leg, I could quite literally take a fork and just like stab my left outer thigh, not feel a thing. But it's also starting to happen to my right leg now. And like I was walking from my shed here into the house, and all of a
think you better go
sudden
see
my
a doctor.
knee just kind of does this number, right? Bink, and just buckles. Like, you know, when like in school when people would go behind you and kick the back of your kneecap, so you would
Yeah.
fall, like whatever your weight bearing knee is, they would kick it.
Mm.
It was like somebody did that to me. Like I no bullshit. Like my grandma used to say the same thing. My grandma used to say when she would walk unsteadily, she'd go, hey, don't push me, as she was walking, right? And I fell. I took a header to the ground. My left leg buckled, and I fell leftwards and hit the ground. And I was like, damn it! And I literally looked back like to think, who pushed me? And it's like that's something that's scary. And I was like, oh, I wonder, what if I go, because I like to go hiking, right? What if I do that while I'm on a trail, and I just go down the side of a mountain?
Mike says,
Mm.
I think he meant to. Mike says, as I recall, isn't John from Southern California as well? Yes, he is. He's a guy that I will be staying with when I'm down there in about a month and a half.
Mm.
But I think there's a few things that it was. I think maybe you might have slightly misjudged it, and I wouldn't call that losing a step necessarily myself. It's just we can all misjudge things. You know, like
Not
that.
in the jungle.
And then sort of along with Mighty Geek, but yeah, you found it adorable, but you were planning on giving this to your daughter, and now you can't. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that might get to you a bit. You know, the fact that you can no longer give this to her, although she
Well,
doesn't.
not
know.
only
Right.
that, but let me expound on that a little bit, just a little bit. In my thought process, right? When I was younger, my dad would find a lizard and give it to me, and I would end up killing it because we didn't have the internet, right?
Yeah.
And if I wanted to go to the internet, I had to go to the library. They had a computer at the library. They had one. Put a sign-up sheet, right? Wait for like a half an hour for your turn to come up, and you get 15 minutes on the internet. But and that wasn't until I got to high school age. But when I was younger, we had a library. I went and got a book on lizards, right? But I would like try to feed it like dead flies from the windowsill. You know, the lizard would eventually die whenever I had one. you catch a wild lizard, try to keep it alive for a while. It doesn't work. So I knew that it was good. It was probably. I was thinking in my head, but now things are different. Like we could probably keep this lizard alive. But it didn't even get to that point because I couldn't keep it alive long enough to even put it in a terrarium.
Well, the thing is,
I
you
think it
didn't
was
even capture it, so-
compounding. It was compounding failures on my
Yeah.
part.
yeah.
You know?
Let's see.
And dude, I was in a funk for a day and at least a day and a quarter, like almost a day and a half. Like I was in a funk.
Yeah. Was that part of it today? Earlier?
No.
My sketchbook.
No, I had to go to the DMV earlier. That's what put me in a funk.
My sketchbook says, test that theory, John. Do a Ricky Bobby and jam a fork into your your left thigh.
Well, I can't be giving myself self-inflicted wounds. I'm a diabetic, fool.
And hello, Diana. Diana says just dropped in to say hi. Thank you.
But I do have my interim license now, so I can drive legally.
And Mike says, hey,
Not that stopped me before, but you know.
that in the chat, Mike, that is Diana, the Hero Shack in the chat, I believe, because John's on the panel. Chris is on the panel.
Hi.
And Aqua, Aqua is one of the people that's by here quite often. Now, my Hero Shack, not Hero Shack, Sketchbook. I'm getting people confused. I'm confusing myself.
Take it easy, Rick. You'll be all right.
You're having a seizure, bro.
Yeah. Metal had said earlier, raise a lizard and be proud of it when it becomes president one day. And Sketchbook had said earlier too, is John still feeling guilty about the lizard manslaughter incident?
Yes.
And then Metals said, there are different things that hit different people that make them realize their age. Dexterity is definitely one of them. And Captain Finnerty said, oh, and Dillard too. I'm not sure whether Captain Finity's still around, but
No, if you don't address his chats immediately, he'll leave.
yeah. Oh, I said hi to him. Oh, welcome to talking over Dillard, he said as well. Captain Finity. My sketchbook said, I'm waiting for the drama when Lorenzo finds out John murdered one of his kin.
Oh, that should be fun.
I don't think he'll take it too personally.
Well, he should. He did it on purpose.
I thought you said you didn't kill the
That was a joke.
No,
joke. What's a
no.
joke? I don't know this word term.
No, if they found out about what John did as a child, he would take it seriously. That's why his father kept giving him those lizards.
So Lorenzo could find out and judge him years later.
Yeah. Isn't that how it always happens? You're found guilty of something years later.
Is that all that's happening, Rick? I'm coming to you with a crisis of age, and this is all the advice you can give me? You're 10 years my senior. I'm coming to you, Rick, with my hat in my hand. I want you to tell me everything's gonna be okay.
Okay, everything's gonna be
And
all
then,
right.
You're giving me nothing.
Okay, wait a minute. How old are you now?
Who,
I
me
am
or
30.
John?
39.
On
Uh,
39. The hill is right there, brother. It's almost all downhill from here.
I know. The
Big
next
4-0
10 years are going to
coming.
be way worse than the last 10 years, Rick. I'm terrified. I'm having a
They're
midlife
interrupting.
crisis, and you're trying to walk me through this midlife crisis. You're giving me nothing.
You're having a midlife crisis?
Well, I'm not going to pretend that I believe I'm going to live till I'm, 80. But I mean, the common nomenclature is when you're about to be 40, that's your midlife. You're over the hill.
Okay.
I'm gonna be 40 in less than a year.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Good
guess
news
that's.
is though you kind of adjust to it after a while, and it's like, you ever have an old car where you just don't, push it too hard when you're on the entrance to the highway. Don't turn it too sharp because it's gonna rub on the wheels. You're like, okay, just take it easy here and maybe
Okay.
it there, and yeah,
Okay, so what are you drawing, Chris?
I'm doing some sort of version of Melvin, I guess.
Okay. What are you
That's the
drawing,
one thing about
Mighty
Melvin.
Geek?
Tim still with us?
Yeah, I think he's still in the chat. He hasn't said something for a bit. And
Future installments, I'd like to see a more dedicated outfit or uniform or costume or something.
yeah,
That would be the only thing I'd like to see, is something more trademarkable.
yeah. Captain Infinity says midlife crisis is tight, fast cars, and loose women, and then says then you get to write a comic book about it. Anywho, Tim says Captain Infinity. And then Mike is inviting everybody to his show after mine. Here, he does a show in 9 minutes about, or not 9 minutes, about not at 9.
It's
Very.
funny because I was like, are you saying his show is 9 minutes long? He does a show in 9 minutes. It's amazing.
Well, yeah, yeah. He's gonna be having a show at 9 about some neat new stuff that's gone on and what the last week. He reads over some articles. It's usually pretty good. Captain Infinity is saying Tim. Joshua says rewind sketchbook, and Captain Infinity says Bo selects or selecta. And my sketchbook says, what is Chris talking about the highway? I didn't hear it all.
The highway. Oh, you mean? Oh, I'm talking about making an analogy. Our bodies after 40, compared to a classic car, like when you buy like a 1985 Chevy Citation, and it's got 250,000 miles on it, and you can get it to last another 2 years, but you can't press it hard when you're going on the highway. You can't take it through the turns too sharp. You change the oil every 100 miles if you can afford it. Little things like that to get it through. It's kind of like how the human body becomes like. I cannot tell you the last time I jumped a decent fence. It must be 15 years now, which is horrible because I used to jump them for fun. Now it's like, yeah, no, it's not fun anymore. I might break my ankle going down the stairs. I'm not going to jump over a fence.
Dude, I have terrible genes as well. My brother went to a little family reunion type deal at a baseball park where all the older cousins, we're all old, right? But we're all cousins. We're all, in our late 30s. Like, oh, let's have a kickball game. It'll be fun. Play with the kids and all that. And this guy kicks the ball and tries to make a fast break for first base and rips his hamstring. No, I'm sorry, not his hamstring. The Achilles tendon, his leg, the muscle in his calf jumps up and it turns into like a bundle. It was the worst thing I ever saw in my life. That guy has my genes.
So although we probably can't see it because it's classified, what are you drawing, John?
Oh, here, I'll share my screen. It's not classified.
Oh, okay.
Some snowdrift stuff. Hold on a second.
Okay, so
There you go.
okay.
Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. There we go. Okay, so now I gotta
That's the
rearrange
bottom.
everything.
That's the bottom panel.
Yeah. Let's see. Alt. Come on. That's right.
I don't see nothing.
Uh, you gotta hit the watch screen and thing. I'm gonna have it up in a second here on the channel. Let's see. I gotta change everything around here because adding a fifth window changes things. Ah, come on. I hit that. There we go. There we go. Put that there. Take one. Put that over there. Put that there. Make it bigger. Okay. There. We got this a little off on who's who.
Tell you, if there's a most complicated way to do something, Rick will do it.
Yep.
Does this culminate into a joke like how many Ricks does it take to change a light bulb?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, Captain Infinity said, Captain Infinity and the sexy midlife crisis on Infinite Earth. Wait, that's actually really good. Dillard is a genius,
Yes.
confirmed. Midlife crisis on Infinity Earths. Or Infinite Earths.
Not bad. So which one of us is going to create this comic book?
I don't know.
Or will it be an
Don't
anthology?
you know?
I think, okay.
He couldn't
Let's
come.
see.
He couldn't come up with a snappy comeback when I asked which one of us is going to write this comic book.
Captain Infinity's writing it. It's his idea, right? So he can write it.
Hey, who's drawing it?
I guess he'd hire Dillard to draw it.
Hey,
What, midlife crisis on Infinite Earths?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd draw the hell out of that.
So would I. It would be a funny book to do.
Well,
Oh,
it
you know what?
depends.
I am working on a page currently that's I had to add 2 pages into the beginning of the book for the Yellow Flash book. I could show you that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, this is it here.
Let me...
So this one I just finished it. Let me get rid of these boxes so I can show it bigger. But here's him, the main character Jack. He's flying.
Give me a sec.
This is kind of it's an establishing. I'm sorry, what?
I said just give me a second now. I'm putting you as the person on top here, so I want to show off this Dillard. There we go. There. Why is that not showing? Oh, I did the wrong. There we go. Everybody can see now what you're showing.
Okay.
Not bad.
So this is our main character. This is a shot. There's going to be 2 pages kind of establishing him as the main character, like the hero to follow. Because his buddy's going to be getting, him and his buddy are flying currently right now over North Africa. And this is him in his plane. It's a F-6F Wildcat. It's currently in development. Hasn't been tested yet. But they're on a very special mission, so they were given this new technology. him and his partner here. And
Yeah.
it's just conversations between him and his partner. Here's them flying over, the desert. It's hard to draw desert landscapes because you can't really draw much. You do a lot of it in coloring.
Yeah, I get that. It's like snow. Desert and snow are
Yeah,
the same way.
Exactly.
And here's another picture of him in his cockpit, and then the picture of his partner's wife.
The only difference with snow
who he's
is you
finding out
can't
is
add
pregnant,
color to it.
and he's gonna have a baby. So they're kind of chit chatting with each other. And then so that's the only page I have done right now. The second page is going to show that they're starting to get. They're supposed to be flying into enemy territory before the enemy is there, though. They know that the Nazis are going after this artifact, and that's their job. Their job is to stop them or retrieve it before the Nazis can. And when they get to the area, they're just going to be bombarded with anti-aircraft guns because they're already there and settled in. So it's going to be a bad time.
Yeah. No,
And we're
he's
gonna
not
show
a
the main
Nazi. He's
character,
going
Jack,
up
and he's
against.
gonna be able-
Sorry.
What?
Oh, Joshua said he's a Nazi. Yeah, I'm just saying no. He's not a Nazi. He's going up against Nazis. And Timothy says, "Is it
Yeah,
loosely
these
based on a real
badges
story?"
on his these badges on the side of his plane are his confirmed kills.
So, 4 Nazis, 3 Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 Krauts and 3 Japs. Kill them all.
Timothy wants to know: is this
how
loosely
hard
based
it
on a real
is to-
story?
But you know how hard
not
it
at
is
all.
to shoot down a zero.
It's tightly based on a fantastical story that never happened.
It's one of those.
So there it is. Now let me
Cool,
go
cool.
back to working on my Snowdrift page. Drawing some Nancy. I haven't drawn Nancy in a while.
Yeah. Well, actually, now it would be Christy North. Timothy's
Christian North,
okay.
he changed her name
You
again.
still haven't changed that porn name, have you? Well, you can only lead a horse to water.
Timothy's okay. Joshua
But you
says, "I
can't make
wonder."
it drink.
Joshua says, "I wonder if Dillard is unable to hear Mighty Geek." I think he is. I just think it's the delay
Mighty
that.
Geek talking?
Can you hear Mighty Geek when he
Yeah,
talks?
if Mighty Geek is talking, I cannot hear it at all.
Not right
Actually,
this
to be
second.
honest, I haven't
I'm
heard him in a
talking
while.
now.
He talked like half a
I'm
second.
talking now.
He talked half a second ago. Did you hear
Okay,
him then?
I'll hop out and come back in. It's probably me.
No, I'm not hearing him
Hmm.
either. Let me try something.
It's not on my end.
Harry, can you hear me?
I know.
I
Rick,
hear-
I know Rick can hear me.
Yeah.
Now I hear you, buddy.
I guess that's why everybody was talking over you, Mighty Geek.
Just heard him.
Yeah.
Strange.
You had me muted all this time. Oh God.
Okay, are you
I
gonna
thought we were friends,
share
Rick.
your screen again, John? Or do you,
Sure.
so it's coming up on an hour, guys. And normally we go for about an hour for this. Do you guys want to go longer?
Okay, bye.
Don't leave yet.
We can if you want to. We can if you want to.
Yeah, well, I just figured I'd ask. I know, what's his name's done, starting. So I was gonna have, if we were going to be done, go over there. I wasn't trying to lose Dillard if we were gonna continue.
Well, I guess we're going
Well-
to go see Mike.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we take off, then, anybody wanna, Chris, you want to promote anything?
Not yet. We are. I'll say this. Hope we are doing campaign opening stream Wednesday night. We're waiting for final approval. We haven't really advertised it, but we have a plan, and we're looking forward to that. So the Great Cyclopean #5 will be launched hopefully by Wednesday.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
you should put on it when you wanted to launch it because that might help. That way it
Oh,
will
we
go
did that.
live.
We're just waiting for the approval to make sure that they're
Yeah.
actually going to let us.
Well, check your messages frequently. If they did, because that's a lot of times how they communicate too. If it's
Yeah.
not being approved for whatever reason, messages
Yeah.
on Fund My Comic. Joshua says, I just assume everybody hated Mighty King. I was ignoring him on purpose. Okay. Anything you would like to promote,
No,
Terry?
no, not at this time.
Okay, well, everybody, thanks for coming by. This has been another Monday Night Draw. I will be on hopefully tomorrow night for my chill stream. Everybody, of course, is welcome on the panel, is welcome to come by and chat about whatever. And if I'm not on tomorrow, I will be on Wednesday interviewing Aaron C. on his book, Immortals The Rising, over on Fund My Comics. So come by, check out
Nice.
that interview at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then a week from now, on Wednesday, we'll have the one, the only, the Timothy Olsen. So I guess with that, we'll say bye, everyone. God bless. Have a great night.
Yeah.
And thanks, everybody in the chat, for coming
Adieu.
by, too. And go back, Melvin 3, if you have yet to. God bless.
God